scenes that would befit a James Bond movie. The leader of North Korea, a rogue state according to Western nations, boarded a heavily armoured train to travel slowly across his country's border with another heavily sanctioned state, Russia. Equipped with the reclusive leader's many conveniences, including an office, a bathroom and dining room, the train enables the country's top diplomats to travel comfortably while staying relatively safe from external threats. Travelling at a steady 40 km per hour, the train wound its way towards the Vostochny Cosmodrome in the Amur region of Russia's Far East before Kim eventually met his Russian counterpart, President Putin, in the secure and symbolic Cosmodrome where the two leaders vowed over raised glasses to punish evil forces. For Kim Jong Un, travelling to Russia for a meeting with President Vladimir Putin would spark plenty of domestic and international attention, but this meeting has raised concerns about the possibility of an arms deal between the two nations. The focus of their discussions was believed to centre on military cooperation, with Russia facing a Ukrainian counteroffensive. Kim Jong Un's journey to Russia began with the arrival of his armoured train, which entered Russia via Vladivostok for the Eastern Economic Forum. The exact dates for the meeting were uncertain, but reports of Kim's arrival started to emerge around Tuesday, September 12th local time. Accompanied by senior government officials, including military personnel, Kim's train is distinctive for being equipped with bulletproof cars, which contribute to its heavier and slower nature compared to standard trains. These unique features underscore the significance of Kim's visit and the high-level discussions expected to take place. One of the primary agenda items on the meeting was the potential for North Korea to provide Moscow with weapons to support Russia's involvement in the Ukraine conflict. The White House has confirmed that arms negotiations between Russia and North Korea are actively progressing, and Russia's Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu has recently sought artillery ammunition from North Korea. Both countries have items that the other desires, creating room for negotiations. This includes commodities such as food and raw materials, as well as mutual support in international forums like the United Nations. The collaboration between the two nations could lead to North Korea transferring more advanced weaponry to Russia, potentially addressing Russia's shortage of artillery shells. Kim Jong Un's arrival in Russia has garnered significant attention from Western countries, especially amid concerns that North Korea might provide military support to Russia's war in Ukraine. South Korea's defense ministry is closely monitoring the situation and speculating on potential negotiations between North Korea and Russia concerning arms trade and technology transfer. The visit was officially confirmed by the Russian news agency Interfax, citing Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov. The Kremlin stated that Kim's visit was at the invitation of President Putin and that negotiations between the two countries' delegations were planned. Then, around Wednesday the 13th, further reports emerged from the Vostochny Cosmodrome that both leaders were able to hold a one-on-one meeting before Putin gave Kim a personal tour of the Cosmodrome. Kim Jong Un's journey to Russia represents his first international travel in 3 years, primarily due to pandemic-related isolation. This visit underscores the significance of the discussions and potential agreements that may emerge. Indeed, this is actually Kim's second summit with Putin after the pair initially met in 2019. In addition to President Putin, the US Defense Department expects the participation of Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu in the talks as announced by the Kremlin. This further highlights the importance of the meeting and the potential implications for regional and international dynamics. This visit and subsequent meeting brings together two leaders who are increasingly isolated on the world stage. And the relationship between Russia and North Korea has not always been a particularly cozy one. So let's explore how the two states have fared over the years and explore the historical context, key aspects, and recent developments in the Russia-North Korea relationship. The relationship between Russia and North Korea is complex and has evolved over the years, having been influenced by various political, economic and geopolitical factors. It's a relationship that dates back to the Cold War era, when both countries were aligned with the communist bloc, but it has since experienced fluctuations and changing dynamics. The history of Russia and North Korea relations can be traced back to the early 20th century, when Korea was under Japanese colonial rule. After World War II, the Korean peninsula was divided into North and South, with the Soviet Union occupying the northern part and the United States occupying the south. This division set the stage for the separate development of North and South Korea, each with its own political ideology and leadership. During the Cold War, both the Soviet Union, of which Russia is the successor state, and North Korea shared ideological similarities as communist states. The Soviet Union provided crucial support to North Korea, including military aid and economic assistance. The Korean War from 1950 to 1953 further solidified the relationship, as Soviet support played a significant role in sustaining the North Korean regime. However, the war ended in a stalemate with an armistice agreement, leaving the Korean peninsula divided along the 38th parallel. With the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991, the dynamics of Russia and North Korea relations began to change. Russia's focus shifted towards domestic issues, rebuilding its economy, while North Korea faced economic challenges and international isolation due to its nuclear ambitions and human rights violations. During this period, bilateral relations between the two countries remained somewhat stagnant, Russia reducing its support for North Korea. Economic ties have been a significant aspect of the Russia-North Korea relationship. Russia has sought to engage with North Korea economically, primarily through trade. The two countries share a short border in Russia's Far Eastern region, which provides a potential trade route for North Korean goods. Russian companies have been involved in various economic projects in North Korea, including infrastructure development and resource extraction. However, these economic ties have been limited due to international sanctions imposed on North Korea over its nuclear program. Russia, as a member of the United Nations Security Council, has been party to these sanctions, but it's also been accused of violating them by engaging in prohibited trade with North Korea. Russia has periodically engaged in diplomatic efforts aimed at resolving the North Korean nuclear crisis. It's participated in multilateral talks such as the Six-Party Talks, which also involved China, Japan, South Korea and the United States. These talks aimed to denuclearize North Korea and provide economic incentives in exchange for disarmament. While Russia had supported diplomatic efforts, it has not played a central role in the negotiations. The Russia-North Korea relationship is also influenced by broader geopolitical considerations. Russia shares a border with North Korea, and stability on the Korean peninsula is essential for regional security. Russia has expressed concerns about the potential for conflict in the region and has called for peaceful, diplomatic solutions to the North Korean nuclear issue. Additionally, Russia's relationship with North Korea is part of its broader strategy in East Asia, where it seeks to maintain influence and balance its relationship with various regional actors, including China, Japan, and South Korea. Russia's involvement in the region is also tied to its interest in energy resources and transportation routes in the Russian Far East. As mentioned earlier, previous high-level meetings have taken place between Russian and North Korean officials. In 2019, Putin and Kim held their first ever summit in Vladivostok in Russia. While the summit did not result in significant breakthroughs, it did signal a willingness on both sides to engage diplomatically. Despite these diplomatic efforts, tensions on the Korean peninsula persist. North Korea's continued missile tests and nuclear ambitions have strained its relations not only with the United States, but also with Russia and other regional players. Russia has urged restraint and a return to negotiations. The relationship between Russia and North Korea is characterized by a mix of historical ties, economic interests, and geopolitical considerations. While both countries have at times shared ideological commonalities and engaged in economic cooperation, the relationship has evolved over time. In the post-Cold War era, Russia's focus shifted away from North Korea, but diplomatic efforts and meetings between leaders have signaled a continued interest in maintaining ties and promoting stability on the Korean peninsula. But when both countries spy opportunities in the face of sanctions, Western concerns are rising. Russia has the military technology that Kim wants for his satellites and nuclear weapons delivery programs, and Putin needs ammunition and small arms for his front lines in the war in Ukraine. Kim's latest visit to Russia and these potential arms deals have raised concerns and generated considerable interest globally. The outcome of these talks may have far-reaching consequences, impacting not only the bilateral relationship between North Korea and Russia, but also the ongoing conflicts and geopolitical dynamics in the surrounding region. International observers will closely monitor the developments stemming from this significant meeting. Either way, the North Korean nuclear issue remains a significant challenge. Russia, as a regional player and member of the international community, is involved in efforts to address this issue through diplomatic means. The future of Russia-North Korea relations will likely continue to be influenced by regional and global dynamics, including efforts to denuclearize North Korea, economic considerations, and broader geopolitical interests in East Asia. Thanks once again for joining us at the Global Insight to watch this video. If you've enjoyed it, let us know by liking and sharing. For more great videos, follow our channel at the Global Insight. Just click subscribe. Thanks again, and until next time, stay tuned.